you know what I'm saying, acknowledging why people are important, but still standing on my stance of like, you're not gonna move me from here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm like working with them, because then now it's just like there's no room for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We all create create.
Yeah, for sure.
A sound. You know what I'm saying? So like I can talk my shit, but then it's just like, nigga, we don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and when people don't care, it's just like there's no room for it here.
Yeah, it just sounds like you're in a more cynical place. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, it's
that's my address.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel you. I don't know how old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense though. You know what I'm saying? But you are going to evolve out of that space. Your higher self is outside of that space.
Like, enjoy it while it's there. I already figured. I know that I'm gonna go past this. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like while I'm here, I'm trying to enjoy it as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
easy about the same age. I think easy might be
yeah.
And then cheap.
I mean,
hello. Hello, good people. We're live. All right.
Is that dope?
I feel like it. Is it open?
Yeah, make sure it's open. Somebody can come in.
Oh. Hello, everybody. My name is DJ Lady Love. To my left is AMood, and to my left is my brother BJ of the Reduced Lunch Podcast. Also, Sex with the Lights On. Y'all don't know what that is. Y'all need to check that shit out. This is Love is AMood, the podcast. Yeah, and what's up, bro? How y'all feeling, fellas?
Yeah,
I'm feeling good.
Great.
Got a little buzz going.
A buzz?
A buzz? Is it from this?
Probably.
You know that and
probably
life.
a little bit of that. Oh,
okay.
I'm definitely buzzing.
Okay.
Right.
I thought you was.
Yeah, the universe is just.
It's been
it's humming right now, bro.
A lot.
It's been a dope week.
A lot. It's been an amazing week. A very amazing week. Shout out to my guy Flash the Samurai in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Freddie Bricks. Oh my God. Shout out to the Queen. Just walked in. And Mr. Al Pete, Mr. Peterson's neighborhood. We appreciate you for having us here. MPN night every last Thursday. You know. Yeah. AMood.
Cue music.
Cue music. Do you think?
It's going.
The music is it going?
Who?
Pete, I think we got some music going. I don't hear it though. Turn it right there.
There.
I'm gonna read something real quick, and then we kind of see where it goes from there. This song in the background is called Mango. It's a great song. It's actually about love or unconditional love, in my opinion. It really just gets into you loving somebody regardless of how they live their life in a sense. Like you should want this person to be the best version of themselves. Like not try to constrict them to be like what you think they should be or what you thought they were. Like you gotta let people be free and just and see where you fit in from there. If you don't fit in, keep moving. Don't lose no love for people. Let them where they at and know that just ain't for you.
Who's the song by?
It's by I believe you pronounce his name AMood.
Yeah.
And featuring Adeline. The song is crazy, man. When I first found this song, I listened to this like for days.
Yeah, for sure.
For weeks.
It's definitely a vibe.
And then I sent this song to two female singers that like I really vibe with, and both of them was like, "Yo, when did we make a song together?" And I'm like, "Bro, I'm trying to tell you, they tap right in."
Can I get introduced to the female singers? Like,
well, one of them, the homie on the home team,
for sure.
Tribe Squad. These like footprint. I'm talking about the Expression guy, Shante.
For sure. Oh, that was one of them you introduced.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think she was the first one I sent the song to.
Okay.
Because me and her have been working on some stuff, and it's just like, this definitely fits right into the pocket and just kind of shows where we could take them.
For sure.
But this little note or whatever, it's about Sages, and me and BJ here, we both, Sag gang. Y'all can hate us if y'all want to, but it is what it is.
They be acting like they hate me.
I don't know. I mean, we do kind of got a bad rap.
I don't know how.
I mean,
I met you, and then I meet some of them sometimes.
It's all in the memes, bro. I haven't met these horrible Sages in real life.
I met one in high school. Yeah, he was horrible. But We got each other.
Yeah. We doing greater things than what we seen in our childhood out here. So, shout out to all the savages that's not out here being, pieces of shit. We trying to flip the narrative on that thing.
Man.
But anyways, said I will take you on when no one else will. And see, I don't like this because already we are in a twisted game of illusion and understanding. I have always been this way, and I will not change. I will take you on when no one else will. That's just kind of me in a bubble, I feel like. But yeah, that all stems from me trying to display unconditional love. Because, I don't feel like unconditional love is shown enough to people. There's a bunch of fake love out here, a bunch of lust displayed as love, but
let's talk about that, man. I haven't had a conversation about that with men. I've had conversations about that with women that have drastically failed.
Yeah.
Some majority, but never with men. What y'all think about unconditional love? Like, is that a thing? Like, what?
You want to go ahead, Larry?
So, as the self-proclaimed love doctor, no, stop. Yeah, it is a thing, but in this new space of understanding that there is no love without self-love, I don't think you can love unconditionally without first loving yourself. It's not possible.
Right.
I've always subscribed to the idea of unconditional love. I couldn't understand certain things as to why I was in my way until I really got to this space. Now it's unconditional, bro. I love you. That don't mean I don't have boundaries.
Right.
For sure.
That's the part I didn't understand before now.
Please set boundaries for yourself, people. If you aren't setting boundaries, then people are probably taking advantage of you. But self-love. You gotta start putting up that fence first, man.
This is a maze, though. This is a very intricate maze of trying to maneuver through that, though. So, like, when you start inside of a space of, attraction, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you maneuver through this expression of loving somebody? The application of love is what? Allowing, what is it?
I feel like it starts with accepting. Because especially like when you're new to somebody or fresh to somebody, it's like everything that you find out, like if you aren't willing to accept it, then it could potentially chase you away. But if you have your guard down, like if you walk in with arms open, then you're accepting, like, whatever you are, whatever you've been through. Like, I see where you are right now, and I value that, and I wanna pour into that. I wanna if I'm involved, I wanna help facilitate the growth. Like, I'm not trying to take anything away. Like, and I'm not kind of trying to control where you are. Like that whole example of, like, if you love a flower, like, you wouldn't pick it. Like, you'd admire it. Like, you could potentially move it somewhere, but if you are separating it, if you're plucking it, separating it from the roots, then you're damaging it because you're not thinking about the flower itself.
Yeah.
So that's love. Like, you have to think about the person and not just think about what you want and what you feel like you're getting out of the situation. Because that's treating somebody as an object. And, like, people are objects. I don't want nobody treating me like an object, even though sometimes that boosts my ego. But at the same time, like,
It boosts your ego to be treated like an object?
Depending on the object I'm being treated. Like, if you pick up what I'm putting down.
For sure.
Like, at least I can respect that you're appreciating my value a little bit. But that's not all that I am.
Yeah.
I got thoughts and feelings and shit.
Like Dave
Shout out to the GOAT.
Shout out to the GOAT.
What about you, Larry, when it comes to the application of love? What are you offering, you know what I'm saying, in that space for a person that's entering your space?
I'm an all-in type of person, so I'm usually offering my entire self, which is where I had to learn to create boundaries, because everybody don't deserve all of you in that way. So understanding where our relationship lies, who you are in my life, what I'm here for, like our purpose in doing this, that's that feeling part. Trying to, usually in this space too, like most new people especially, like I know I can feel the vibe, I can tell kind of where we going. But certain people I've had to move and maneuver through, like, okay, I was just in your life to teach you what unconditional love can look like. And now I gotta remove myself. You know what I'm saying? Like that. It's a hard space to be in, because you want to continue to love this person without boundaries. Right? But that's when you realize, damn, I can't. And loving myself, I gotta protect myself. And you don't give a fuck about me, for real. So I'm just here to introduce this idea of what unconditional love really looks like, and now I got to go. But I'm still here, but maybe not the way you thought.
So letting go is all I hear you talking about right now. And this goes back to us having Bible studies sitting in Regency Square Mall.
We go back. 13 years.
Food court.
Yeah.
But
yeah, bro.
I was telling y'all then, like, it's the things that we don't let go of that tear us apart. Like, if you tear a piece of paper apart right now, like, you'll hear the fibers pulling apart in a very violent way because they aren't letting go of each other. The longer you are identifying karma, like the longer you're identifying with it, the more it's gonna weigh you down. But when you let go, like, you're freeing yourself up to new energy. You're not allowing new energy in. Because like hold and go is horrible. Like, your body does not want you to hold on to things. You eat, and then you're supposed to let go of it. All the problems that most of the problems we have in our body is when our body is holding on to things that shouldn't be there in the first place. So that shows you right there in square one in your own body that you're supposed to be letting things go. So I mean, holding on is cool, but like it's so beautiful to let go. Like it's magic in letting go. Like it's healing in letting go.
It's healing in letting go.
I had a when you was just talking about, when Larry was just talking about creating boundaries, and I've struggled with that in my experience. I feel like all of us can maybe identify with that struggle, because like he said when he started off his statement, it's like I'm an all-in type of person. You know what I'm saying? I even still to this day struggle with the idea of fragmenting myself just because a person, quote unquote, isn't worthy. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't understand even in the now, you know what I'm saying? Like, that person is worthy enough for me to create a fragmented version of myself in the moment. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
damn, bro, that statement just fucked me up.
Yeah, I mean, so how do you love yourself? By in those moments still allowing yourself to be in that space to where you looking at a person, you saying, well, you don't love yourself enough to love me, so I need to fragment myself in this space to even allow you in my space.
I feel like in a sense it would more so be like figuring out what you're relying on the other person for, because if you're expecting them to care for you and you see that they're careless, then you setting yourself up. But if you're not placing yourself in their care and you're just interacting with them for whatever the interactions were, I feel like in a sense that's setting a boundary, because you're not within yourself allowing them to be responsible for your feelings and your time and this, that, and third. Like, these are all things that you know that you have to be accountable for, because when you hang out with this person, they're not responsible or accountable for the time that you're spending. So you see the value in the time that you're essentially wasting, and they don't. So it will behoove you to just be like, oh, well, I can chill with you if I choose to, but I'm gonna have to be the one to decide when's the cutoff or when I should do, because you gonna just take whatever you can get. So you gotta set, like, the boundary starts with setting it for yourself, and then and then sharing it with the other person, like, oh, this is cool and all, but like this is where the boundaries are, because I love myself too much to leave myself in your care, and I see that this ain't something that you care about like that. Now, I mean, that might hurt some people's feelings, because I'm saying that shit. I'm like, man, I'll be ready to fight if a motherfucker said this shit to me. But
how do you? What are some of your most sensitive areas that you feel like you want to be cared for, that may be hard to care for from a person who is outside of yourself? Because we talking about love, we talking about being sensitive beings, you know what I'm saying, and having people around you who understand that there are two entities in this space that identify with different qualities. You know what I'm saying? And in order for us to maintain a relationship over time, you have to understand me enough to take me in mind, you know what I'm saying, in our experiences, to not be self-centered enough to lose the thought of my individuality. Where is your individuality in these experiences that you feel like, if this is not taken into the consideration, I not have to bounce? Some things just aren't, you know what I'm saying, important to some people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But what's important to you? Do you know what those things are? Have you went through the ringer enough to understand, like, oh, that's just something I'm not willing to, deal with, the idea, just like, you not being mindful of.
Just kind of goes to that.
I don't know where we're gonna go first.
Well, I'm gonna just say that I'm a Sag, and so I'm not the one to ask this question, because in my self-love, I have to say how I feel in order to let you know what's going on. Because if I try to sugarcoat it just to deliver the message to you, you might not even understand what I'm trying to say for real. So it's like I'm a structure what I'm saying to just be like, well, this is what I feel. Like, so if you want to take this as this is what I'm saying, exactly what it is, like, I can't hold responsibility for that, because I'm letting you know this is actually just how I feel. And I know what I feel half the time ain't even always real, but I'm feeling it, and I still have to respect that feeling for coming through my temple, and just be like, look, well, this is how, like, I felt some type of way about whatever. Because if you don't let people know what your boundaries are, they're gonna continue to cross them. I actually kind of experienced this with one of my, like, real close friends. First time he ever came to one of my mom's house, he just walked in the house and just goes in the fridge. And if you know my mom, like, he would have lost a hand if he was me. So I'm just like, look, bro, you don't know the law of the land here, but bro, you gotta come in and wash your hands, bro. You can't just come in and go straight for the fridge. I'm gonna get in trouble. So as a friend, I let him know that this is the boundaries that I'm used to. If you get away with this, cool, but I'm just letting you know how my experience has been in this thing. And I feel like it's just as simple as that. Like, letting somebody know your boundary. Like, if they want to take offense out of it, it's just like, maybe that's somebody you don't need in your space, because this is somebody that can't respect boundaries.
Yeah. So I'll say, and this is why I realize a lot of my life is about teaching people, right? When you are in a different space than a lot of people, and you're talking about hurting somebody's feelings, like, they may not be aware of why they're feeling that way. So you expressing certain things to them, whatever's going on, like, you can allow them to then go into themselves. It all go back to self-love, right? So if they're offended, they can't express as well, that's probably because they're not dealing with this. So now you're about to introduce them to the idea of, hey, you're accountable for you, I'm accountable for me. So if I'm feeling something, I'm gonna tell you. I expect you to do the same. But feelings change, they ebb and they flow. So when you understand this is just a feeling, I cannot be feeling this way later. Don't mean I hate you, I don't fuck with you, or none of that. But it's just a feeling. for right now, people take feelings sometimes as like this as this forever thing. It's just we in a moment with it. There's a podcast, the Violent Kadeem, and it's really been on my mind a lot because there's a part in the podcast where him and his wife are very just open on this podcast, and they talked about he's an actor, she's an actress, and they talked about this moment where he was on set. Well, sorry, he wasn't on set, but he was in LA shooting, and one of his co-workers, his actress, her room got flooded. So she asked, they weren't going to be able to fix it the next morning. So she asked if she could stay in his room. So he let his wife know. His wife knew of his co-worker. So that's number one. His wife knows about his surroundings and what he does because he don't got nothing to hide. Right? It's a self-love thing to me. So then he called his wife and said, hey, such and such, who you know, needs to stay in my room. Now I can get her a room or we can do something else, but it's just for a couple hours. I just want you to know, you know what I'm saying? At that point, his wife then has a choice in and of her own self. Do you know me? If you know me, you know that you can trust me. If you feel like you can't trust me, then bust a move. Say what you gotta say. We're in a moment right now. How do you feel? Express that shit. Understand, I don't mean no malice behind this. I'm just letting you know what this is. Like, but them being able to break that shit down live, it kind of did something for me. It helped me understand. Like, damn, it's people out here who can be in actual marriages and they can discuss how they feel and not feel like I'm done with you forever. You know what I'm saying?
That's why they married. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think, like, a lot of people feel like a lot of people are against marriage or scared of marriage, or you know what I'm saying, but really it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know when somebody is worthy of spending that type of intention with. You know what I'm saying? And it's the person that you can express yourself to without them now turn around and taking that expression and weaponizing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Real talk.
So one thing I wanted to say too when it comes to, it was something you said. Damn. I wanted to talk about when you said take responsibility for yourself. And you take responsibility for yourself and I take responsibility for myself.
Yes.
What is that? What is that pointing to? And from my perspective, what that is pointing to is you take responsibility for how you respond to your trauma, and I take responsibility to how I respond to my trauma.
Yeah.
Like, your past has really not a lot to do with right now.
No.
But has everything to do with right now.
Because it got to do with your trauma. And why you view things the way you view them now. But I didn't do that to you.
Right. So who did it? Like, literally, who did it? Literally. Now let's talk about it.
Yes.
I'm not to blame for the thing that was caused by previous guys. Music Soul Child.
Come on. Come on.
But you know,
it was right there talking about I'm not responsible for the trauma that everybody else puts you through. I'm here to help you, but like that's not my responsibility. Like, you know what triggers you. I'm still learning what triggers you.
Yeah.
So I can't take on the full responsibility. Like you gotta help me help you.
Transparency is a really big part of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And patience is a really big part of transparency, because if you feel and simply react, there's no way we can communicate.
Nope. We can't.
You know what I'm saying? That go back to self-love.
Yes. People don't deal with themselves, bro. When you get to the space of dealing with yourself and you know who is in front of you, or you believe you know who's in front of you, and you know yourself, patience, right? You allow yourself that space to be like, damn, self-love. I know. Love is a mood on the way. The album. Okay. Damn, I just fucking lost my train of thought.
Self-love, man. Talk about self-love and the application of it, and with patience. You know how patience ties into self-love. And
so this is a phrase that I actually probably still want to get tattooed on my fingers. Shout out to anybody who's watching and trying to hook you. But anyways, it's a simple phrase. Never hide. That's love. And that's truly what I believe is unconditional love. Like, if I don't have to hide with you, I love you for real. But if I gotta go in the other room to fart, bro, we don't love each other. I shouldn't have to hide anything about myself if you love me for real.
Yeah, for sure.
Real talk.
So, yeah, that's
That's it.
Well, I mean,
That's it.
once you get in, we talked about this on Reduced Nights this past week. Check it out if you ain't seen it yet. Shameless plug.
Yes.
But we was talking about like just self-care. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to self-care, and this is not even self-love yet. You know what I'm saying? How you wake up in the morning and treat yourself. You know what I'm saying? How you go to bed, before you go to bed, how you treat yourself. When nobody is around, and how you talk to yourself. It's only going to be how you communicate with the world.
Bro.
How you communicate with your sexual partners, how you communicate with your child, how you communicate with your mother, how you communicate with your co-workers.
Yeah.
That's all we doing.
Yeah.
If you can't be first patient with yourself, you're not gonna be able to be patient with nobody else.
No.
If you so that goes
not possible.
Self-care.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? How you you know think about what you feed yourself.
Yes.
Whether it be music, whether it be media, whether it be social media, you know what I'm saying? That's what you gonna feed somebody else when it's time to digest anything.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? How you bathe yourself. If you get in for 5 minutes
Come on.
you don't take your time with,
Listen, bro.
you know, it's only gonna be how you moisturize yourself.
Boy, I've been shea butter brother shout out to D lately.
I said on the part, it take 15 minutes.
Yes.
If you can't give yourself 15 minutes with how you treat your skin,
Yeah.
how am I gonna treat AMood?
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
Like it's only gonna be shared.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you really gotta start with yourself. If you don't, then you only gonna share that same relationship with, you know what I'm saying, who in front of you.
At the end of self-love, I say how I love you is how I love myself. Like that. I teach my son Seth like after he takes a bath, like we really take our time. Like I'm teaching him how to moisturize himself. I rub it in his face. I give him a face massage. Like I'm teaching him be kind to yourself. After you just wash the day off, but take your time, bro. Moisturize your braids, all behind you. Get all that.
Every piece.
Come on, I'm about to teach you here. Now he do it. He got it. He rubbing it in. Rub yourself, bro. Love yourself, King.
Get the gooch.
Get it. Dead ass.
Get it.
You got under your balls?
It's yours.
You put the foreskin back? No bullshit. These are conversations I have with my son. He already know. Yeah, oh yeah, Dad, I got my penis. That's what we call it. Call it penis because that's what it is. Or phallus. But same plug.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, man. How I love you is how I love myself, and that's real talk.
We have a lot of expectations around that. You know, we neglect ourselves.
Bro.
I've neglected myself.
Bro, as
You know, I ask for somebody else to love you.
That's the beginning of
the beginning.
the neglect. Don't ask nobody to love you. That love that you trying to get to somebody else, give that to yourself.
Yes.
You trying to find somebody to take out, get something to eat, take yourself
yourself
out.
out, for
Get
sure.
yourself something to eat.
Go to the
What do
movies.
you like to eat?
You don't even know.
Not what are you accustomed to. What do you actually like?
Have
Do
you
you
explored?
actually know? Yeah, get out here and explore, man.
For sure.
Like, cause how you about to bring somebody into your world? It's like, oh, yeah, this is what I'm used to. Nah, I'll be like, oh, this is what I found out. This is what I discovered.
Today.
Like, this is what I learned about myself. Like, have you learned about something over here? You got something to share with me too? Because I'm trying to share my self love. Shout out to Eartha Kitt, man.
For
Like,
sure.
this is not about
For sure.
you, like, falling in love with somebody else. This is about you falling in love with yourself. And if somebody ain't in love with you loving yourself, they don't love you.
Get the fuck out.
For sure.
Get out.
For
I'm just
sure.
saying.
If somebody don't love you loving yourself, then they don't love you. I had to say it one more time for the people in the back.
It's really, in application, what that's gonna look like is exactly what Eartha Kitt was asked in that, you know, famous what is this, about 20-second quote, you know what I'm saying? It's like compromise. I'm gonna laugh at that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna genuinely laugh at it.
You want me to do what?
Like,
You
bro,
just think I'm one of these people that don't love myself.
Apparently.
yeah. You gotta think that. Yeah. We all just went there.
Yeah.
Same place. So, I mean, yeah, I ain't mean to take out that deep.
Nah, you good.
Now
We
you
talk about
gotta
that.
go off the deep end. Shout out to Fushi. I'm probably saying your name wrong, baby, but you got that song Deep End. She be snapping, bro. I watched the Genius video on there, and she was talking about some real stuff, bro. Like, and I was explaining this song to somebody earlier. Like, that song is about restoration. Like, and restoration isn't just getting back what you think you lost. It's about you getting back everything. You getting back the time you lost, the money. Like, everything is accounted for in restoration. And it's the season of restoration, man. Like, love yourself, seek that restoration. Like, it's real out here.
Mm-hmm. I say, and it's another really big part about this big for me. And you gave me a gift recently of mine where you told me to just go read Dr. Joe Dispenza book. Mm-hmm. And the present moment is just way more. It's way bigger than, you know, what's in the word. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? What's in just everybody knows like the present is not the past and not the, you know, future. You know what I'm saying? It's really just now, but at the same time it's way bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? Like we say trauma. Like how many of our relationships have we been in or were the past, their past before you got there, or even your past in that relationship has ruined the relationship.
Except now.
Or the idea of something that is not here in the present moment, that's seeking not being in the present moment has ruined the relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like that's such a huge thing that, you know, we neglect the present moment by allowing the past and the future really, you know, get in the way of happiness now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We all done been in certain spaces that, well, when we graduate, we gonna be happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When we get the promotion,
always
we gonna be
the
happy.
Future.
You know what I'm saying? We do so much, the idea of it coming, we gonna be happy, and it's no eternal happiness if you can't be present,
bro.
Yeah, we got goals.
The idea of accepting that is no past or present. Past or future. It's just the present. And that's what made your past and your present. Living in past and future, living in the present moment. But sometimes we keep chasing this future. You got a plan. But you planning now. What are you doing today for that plan that you have? If you just keep going towards that in manifestation, that works, but you gotta be present. As you become more present, you see more things. You're able to experience more things. You're able to, quote unquote, have heaven and happiness here now. You're not just frustrated all the time. Being in the moment, bruh. Being present. You can truly experience bliss. You can truly experience like real life.
I feel like it's the only way. You know, a lot of the time, the past really is the only thing in the way. Because if you can keep your thoughts on future thoughts, you know what I'm saying, and vibrate inside of that, the law of attraction is real. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you even get into it, you know what I'm saying, you understand when you really think about the past, you bringing the past to the present. You think about the future. If you only think about the future, you know what I'm saying? Like I've been in situations and past relationships. Not a lot of my male relationships ever got fucked up really by, you know what I'm saying, past thoughts. You really never really. All my homeboys in my relationships always really be good, but in romantic relationships with, you know, I'm gonna say romantic relationships. Some people not heterosexual. I can say women, but my experience has just been with women.
Yeah.
The ideas of, you know, past traumas, you know what I'm saying, come in and really just fuck a lot of shit up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like being present is very important. You know what I'm saying? But being transparent about, you know, dealing with things that have hurt you in the past in the beginning, getting that shit out the way, even though it's hard. You know, you want to live your honeymoon stage. You want to live in whatever situation you want to live it, but at the same time having difficult experiences where you put hard truths out there in the beginning of your experiences is really gonna set you up to where you can live your honeymoon stage
1000%.
on the, you know, on the other end.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And those situations, once you get to those, you know, because we had the conversation there about being comfortable with having uncomfortable, you know, feelings in your body and initiating those experiences intentionally.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because none of us have a past that we're fully comfortable with expressing.
Yeah.
You know, how do you get the way of what being able to express? Think about it.
Letting go of that.
How do you, the question is the question is, how do you get comfortable with being uncomfortable?
Yeah.
With expressing your hard truth.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's realizing what's necessary, because but that's just me in my life. The more I've identified that something is necessary, the easier it is for me to just dive in and not think about it. Like, the trash has to be taken out. There's no way around it.
Nope.
Like, the trash staying in the house isn't gonna solve itself, so it's necessary for the trash to be taken outside. And I don't want to have to deal with it later. I'd rather just stop and deal with it now and not have to deal with it later.
Because you got to deal with it.
I'm going to give you a play, though.
Mm-hmm.
When people ask me questions like that, I like to give real tangible things that they can do.
Yes.
You know, and what I'm going to say to that is, wake up in the morning and ask yourself, what is it that's hard for me to say? Like, that's it.
Seriously.
And how do I say it? Don't make up a scenario in your mind where the other person is going to react to you negatively. Make up in your mind a scenario where the person is going to accept it.
Yeah.
Because if you can't think about it without creating a negative narrative, no, go ahead. No.
But the mic ain't on me. It ain't. This ain't my shit. You feel me?
Come on.
Cause y'all talking. My thing is like y'all talking something real right now that like I don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm 26, my nigga. Like I ain't. You know what I'm saying? I done experienced some shit, but like I'm thinking like the stages that I have left to grow.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I've already passed those. Like you know what I'm saying? But like when y'all speaking, I ain't even felt these yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't even I've never woke up in the morning and was like, why can't I say this to this person? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because as an artist, Flash the Samurai, by the way. As an artist, you know what I'm saying? Hey, love culture, nigga. You know the fuck
gang. That's his hand in the corner, y'all.
Right. Oh, damn. Don't even. Damn. I'm sorry, but like as a young like black male who didn't have a father, so was never like showed what my emotions meant, like you know what I'm saying, trying to explain to someone why I can't say certain things or why it was important for me to say certain things to them, and you know what I'm saying, and why it only made sense when it rhymed. Yo, that shit is difficult.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to do that, like you know what I'm saying. So trying to avoid, and I guess as a person like myself, I'm trying to avoid that negative, you know what I'm saying, feedback, because that's all we think we're gonna get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, without even trying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Go.
And that shit is, man, look, get this mic out.
So like to be
it's the thought too.
No,
it's what you just said. Like you guys be aware of what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like you just really got to slow it down, because what's in the way is the thought of what the other person is going to say.
You don't know what they're going to say, bro.
You are manifesting what you don't want by thinking about what the person is going to say and rejecting your truth. You creating that. If you can't think about a positive response, you never gonna get it.
Nope.
You vibrating in the
And
frequency
they feeling it.
of
They feeling it.
somebody rejecting it. They, like the universe, not them. The universe is feeling that, and you pulling that into you.
They say never look God in his face, you be blinded by the sun.
I am. We got to. And this is a part of what I feel like my calling is, because I come from the same place you come from, bro. I had a father. All of us had a father to be here, but fatherless. You know what I'm saying? In the same place where we not born into information. You know what I'm saying? We have to go through experience, and we have to find our own freedom to get to a space to where, you know what I'm saying, we can express ourselves honestly. And then, like you said earlier, how you asked Pete before we started recording, like, how do you get to this space? Like, you know, you just live, and then everybody who needs the information that you expressing is gonna gravitate towards you. It's a reason why they invited me here and you was here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had no clue he was gonna be here. I had no clue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had no clue what we was gonna even be talking about. I had no idea what we was even gonna be doing. You know what I'm saying? But when Larry called, ask him what I do.
On the way.
Ask him what I do.
You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say that though.
No,
you know?
I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's real shit. I don't have I don't have older brothers. I don't have, you know what I'm saying? So like, I look at Larry, I look at the rest of Love Culture as my older siblings. Like, you know what I'm saying? So anytime somebody got some information that like I've been seeking for years now, or just something that I never would have known that I needed, man, that shit just means so much to me, because I don't have it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how am I supposed to teach my younger siblings something that I don't know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy to me. Like, I got younger brothers, you know what I'm saying? My brother is younger than me, but got 2 kids, like, you know what I'm saying? All because he didn't understand, you know what I'm saying, himself, nor like how to love somebody else. You feel me? And I know if he would have understood himself a little bit more, he wouldn't be in the situations that he's in today. Like, you know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, children are beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure he would have chose his baby mamas wiser, and all of those type of things that like people just, you know what I'm saying, take for granted. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna say this too. Once you get to the front though, because I know you gonna go do it. You know what I'm saying? I feel it on you. I feel you. You gonna wake up in the morning and you gonna ask yourself these questions, whether it's tomorrow or 3 months from now. When you put yourself in a position to have the conversation, the feeling of discomfort that you gonna feel is you vibrating in your divinity.
Yes.
It's uncomfortable.
It needs to be uncomfortable.
Because you haven't felt it.
Yeah.
How I know why my eyes hurt? Because they haven't been open before.
Bro.
It's all the Matrix, bro. Yeah, your eyes hurt the first time.
You haven't loved
use them.
yourself.
Your divinity hurt the first time you use it.
Listen, when you going through this
Love hurts
process,
the first
bro,
time you feel it.
Yes,
Yeah, bro.
it does. Bro,
You gotta leave the room.
yeah, bro. Whenever y'all get a chance to check out Love Is Mood, right? That self-love song. When you going through self-love, bro, that shit sucks. Because you gotta face.
Comfortable.
Sorry, there you go. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable because you gotta confront these things that you probably didn't confront before. That's real. And in doing that, bro, sometimes it's a lot of tears. Sometimes it's a lot of why am I this way? Like, I don't understand this shit. And a lot of people want to quit. Bro, you gonna have to deal with yourself.
Don't quit.
You gonna have to deal with yourself.
It's all an illusion.
Or else you gonna get stuck in a cycle, a loop, over and over. You're gonna spend your whole life trying to get this shit. You're gonna be 60, not understanding why you're doing the same shit.
that's why the 60-year-old niggas going after these young ass.
I mean, some of them love this.
Hey, man. Watch yourself.
Some love
Watch
this.
yourself, sir.
Some love this. Some love this. So hold on.
Self-love, look, Lionel Richie. Shout out to Lionel Richie. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that boy.
No, but it's a, well, the moment me and BJ had that conversation about living in an uncomfortability, that shit changed my life.
Is you vibrating higher, bro? That's it.
Since that moment, bro, I can't. People have literally seen. My parents have seen it. I just realized I have to stay in this space. Like, I wrote that shit on a sticky and put it on my wall after he said it to me. Like, I gotta learn to live in an uncomfortable space. And when you do that, you're confronting things constantly. Yourself. You're checking yourself.
It's the parallel between survival and creation. When you're in survival mode, the darkness is scary as fuck.
Yep.
When you're in a creative state, it's exciting. The unknown.
Yeah.
It's thrilling.
A lot of us is in survival in our relationship.
Boy,
Mm.
talk to the homies all the time. I was one of them.
For sure.
I'm trying to create. I'm not trying to be in survival mode. If I have to be in survival mode in a relationship with you, then that sounds a little toxic. I could probably figure out how to survive just being my damn self and not have to figure out survive with you in the same house with me. Like, if you throwing knives, like, I probably don't need to be in the same room. Like, yeah, that's all.
Watch out for that girl who says she'll pull the knife out. You don't want that.
Whoa. We have sex with the lights on right now. Knives are okay.
That's a different kind of
Put your
knife.
on. Put your on.
It's a different kind of knife. Shout out, Felicia. We appreciate you.
So like, how do you like? Because as of like right now, like as of like I'm speaking right now, I'm in a situation where I'm dealing with a woman who's quote unquote applying pressure. You know what I'm talking about. Like, let's not, you know what I'm saying? She buying food, she doing this, she doing that. You know what I'm saying? And that shit mad convenient when it's mad convenient. But I know it's not what I need. You know what I'm saying? My love language ain't gift giving. So like I don't give a shit about you getting me gifts or none of the extra. Like that shit don't mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out Freddie Bricks. You know what I'm saying? TOSM. But I don't know, like, I don't know how to communicate like this isn't what I want. How do I do that constructively? Or should I say fuck it, like whoever feelings get hurt, feelings just get hurt at the end of the day. No, that I don't think that ain't really what I'm.
Plan B is abort mission. abort. You don't want to hurt anybody. Right. So I just think you gotta watch your intent. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what is your intent? Do you care about the person enough to? If you accepting something from a person, that's. If you don't care about them enough to not hurt their feelings, then you're gonna end up hurting them anyway.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So. Just watch who you accept shit from is what I'm, you know what I'm saying, say first.
Also, I would like to loop back around to the whole setting boundaries conversation.
Yeah.
Like, just let how you feel be known, and if they letting how they know be felt, then like nobody's feelings should be hurt. I know that's real idealistic in this. Yeah. But no, like honestly, I expect you to move on. Like I'm gonna move on how you tell me things. Like, I know what I'm feeling, but if you telling me something, I'm gonna let that override it, because I expect you to be a person of your word. And if you telling me something and that's not what it is, then I'm gonna feel like you fake. But you know, as long as you moving how your words say you moving, then like I can't be mad about nothing, because you told me what it was. And I decided to keep going down this road with you. I could have hopped out the car.
Oh, that's on you.
The crazy thing is, like, about that is, I'm sorry, this shit keeps happening. But the crazy thing is about that, like, you could tell someone how you want to move, but you know how women are. You know what I'm saying? They'll try to make it seem like you know, we moving in this, but I told you this, but you're gonna try to make it happen, you know what I'm saying, by applying the necessary pressure that you feel necessary. You feel me? Like, but at the end of the day, if shit, you know what I'm saying, if shit just go left, shit just go left.
So,
You feel me? Like, that's how I think.
you can say no though.
That's what I was just gonna
You
say.
can
You,
literally say no.
you really gotta watch yourself. Shout out to Bree Blacksonville on RLTV. Shout out to my boy. He put me on this time last year. It might have been this day last year for real. Might have been. Like holding yourself accountable for fuckboy shit.
Yep.
Because in situations, if you tell a woman something from the beginning and then you start accepting shit from the other side, you're not in integrity.
You know when you crossing the line.
You know what I'm saying?
Your line. It's your boundary.
Boundaries.
Yeah, the boundaries you set for yourself,
Yeah.
you let somebody else cross them because it's convenient at the time.
Yes.
Fuck me,
If
bro.
it's gonna box you into being a fuckboy, then I suggest you.
then I just need to. I'll holler. No, like on some honest shit. Like, I think that like this is a little different from that though. Just off the simple fact of me explaining, like I need time to get to know someone before I try to even take those type of steps with someone. And it's been maybe 2-3 months. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I still don't think that's enough time to even, you know what I'm saying, be fully committed to somebody.
You talking to the patience king right here.
You know what I'm saying? Trinity.
I feel so seen right now.
No, I think what I'm saying is like the thing is like they'll do everything that like the quote unquote girlfriend is supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? But then when you be like, yo, like I've come to like, you know what I'm saying, the decision of like this isn't what I really want. And now it's kind of like, well, what do you mean? I've been doing all of this and all of that, but I communicated from the jump that I was going to need time to even figure this out. You know what I'm saying? Please.
Inside of figuring it out, though. Inside of accepting this type of energy from this woman, are you still being the full version of you? Are you turning you down to make her feel
There you go.
comfortable?
Who is this nigga?
I'm you.
He just told you. He just told you. He said
It's
that.
wrong. I am definitely turning myself down so this woman can exist in a situation. So she can exist in a situation to where she feel comfortable. I'm doing that. That's fucking. But no. The thing is, whether I have it's
Don't
generally, I
ever
might have
water
the answers,
yourself
but you
down.
have the right questions to ask. You feel me? Like it's crazy. That is insane to me.
It's divine.
It's divine.
I'm you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm no different than you. I've been through every walk you done been through. You know what I'm saying? Like every walk.
This has been a very refreshing conversation, fellas.
Thank you, Flash. Brother,
Flash, we appreciate you for being here. Seriously.
It's gonna continue after we got.
That's definitely It will.
But
Mazel tov.
that's all we got for y'all. We give y'all a very small piece of our lives, but I hope y'all took something from it.
I hope so.
This is how we talk in real life.
No, real life.
This is every day of our
Conversation
life.
podcast.
These are real conversations. Love is a mood is DJ Larry Love and a mood. But we are very family oriented. Our conversations happen with our brothers. That's what this podcast is about. We've been building this community for 13 years plus. So y'all tap in. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Shout out to MPN, Mr. LP. We appreciate you so much, brother. So much for creating this safe space for us to be able to come in and talk as men going through our journey. So shout out to Freddie Bricks. We appreciate you, brother. And MPN night every last Thursday. We right here.
Reduce lunch.
Oh, go ahead, brother. Plug yourself. Everybody plug themselves. My apologies.
States was a
Plug
light
yourselves.
song. R&B mostly.
R&B mostly. Oh my God. R&B mostly. This. Saturday.
This
This Saturday, 3 to 8.
This
At Myth Nightclub, M&B
Put
Stroke.
that shit on and come on out.
Yeah,
Man.
bring your ass out. That love experience is about to
For
get
sure.
real crazy. I'm gonna just say
Very
that.
great.
AMood, go
Very
ahead.
great.
Where can the people find you, brother?
I am _AMood on Instagram. You can also follow us at We Love AMood. But you know, I'm out here. I be at Smoking Word. I be at the Creative Networking event. I just be places, man. Just
Shout out
tap in.
Frugal Civilization.
Shout out to Frugal Civilization. Shout out to Digilog Footprints. Y'all don't even know what's on the way.
We got
Me, Expression Goddess, Arad, and Jaquan Tyreek. I'm gonna knock y'all socks off, man.
It's happening.
Giving the whole 9 on social media, Instagram, Twitter. But that's it.
Flash, where can they find you?
At Flash the Samurai everywhere. I knock the heads off of any nigga you think rapping.
My name is DJ Larry Love. You can find me at I am DJ Larry Love on all platforms. Any social media, you can find me there. Yeah,
We are love culture.
Oh my God!
Amen.
Please plug the
At
culture.
we are love culture.
Culture is doing major things. That's family.
New signings.
Oh boy, I just be quiet because this shit finna get disgusting. Shout out to Chi. They up next. Therapy, not therapy. Right? Yeah, next. Yeah. Shout out to Chi for sis and energy. We appreciate y'all. Every last Thursday, MPN night. We appreciate y'all. This is Love is AMood, the podcast. Album on the way. We'll keep y'all tuned on that. Peace.
He won it with you too, bro. Yeah.